out on the high side of the racetrack the entire caution. Everybody everybody in front of him had no idea he was coming. Everybody next to him and behind him knew exactly where Jesse Bailey was going on the restart. He made it very, very obvious where he was going to go. Green flag's coming out. I'm going to the top shelf. And that's exactly what he did. Now we get a caution with 3 to go. Pure genius. He tucked in right behind Jeremy Ritchie and stayed there. Absolutely stayed there. Stepped it out once under caution. Looked like he was going to go up there, and he tucked right back in. Jeremy Ritchie had no idea that 68 car was going to do what he did on the restart. Out of turn 4, they pick up speed. Green flag comes out. Bailey straight to the high side. Instantly, boom, right next to the 15J of Jeremy Ritchie. Right next to him, and they went side by side through turns 1 and 2 with Ritchie on the bottom. Bailey way up on the top. I mean, I'm talking the quarter panel hanging over the track type. I mean, he's on the high side. Mm-hmm. And out of turn 2, they went down the back straightaway side by side into turn 3. He gets the advantage. Okay? White flag comes out. White flag comes out. He's got 1 lap to catch Andy Freeman in the 30F. Freeman dives to the bottom just like he did the previous 24 laps. Bailey to the high side of turn 1. On the entry, slides it to the top, finds some traction. Out of 2, there he is. He's door to door with Freeman. Freeman had no idea that 68 car hadn't seen him all race. Had no idea he was coming. It was a drag race down the back straightaway into turn 3. Freeman committed to the low side. Bailey to the high side, and he found enough traction up there when they came out of turn 4. What was it, a half a car length at the stripe?
Yep.
You guys have got to hear the recording. If you've watched the video that was live.
So the last 3 laps, rev limiter was completely off. We're floating valves. Pistons are slapping the heads. I mean, Corey is just in this.
I don't care. I don't care who you are. When you're a driver that can do what Jesse Bailey did Saturday night, he knew it. He found something up there early. He knew it. He says, hey, man, I'm committing. This is where it's at right here. There's no cars. There's no traffic. There's a little bit of traction. I'm going to use this to my advantage. And he did, and it worked out. How do you script that? Last lap, turn 4, pass at the stripe. I mean, half a car length. You cannot script that. That race, that to me is what Saturday nights are all about right there. That was fantastic. I wish it was like that every week. I mean, I'd have permanent damage to my voice, but
time. But it'd be a good time.
I'd be announcing in sign language.
Need a translator.
Yeah, you need an interpreter.
That was probably, that modified race, that was way better than Speed Week. Way better than Speed Week. And Speed Week was good. Speed Week was good with Weinbarger and Chadwick. That was good racing. But what Jesse Bailey did, he put on a driving clinic. He showed everybody the high side of Southern Oregon is where it's at. I bet you there's some guys taking note.
Yeah.
Because when everybody else thought, there's nothing up there, and they were running, too wide was, anything outside that too wide mark, nobody went up there. Except that 68 at Bailey. He was where the 4th car would have been if they were going 4 wide. That was just, I love watching stuff like that. That was cool. I mean, Sandy was, she was laughing at me, and she's like, what are you doing? I'm running back and forth. I'm just like, I get pumped up. I get pumped up about that kind of stuff. And
I did do some live, though.
I took video pictures of you.
It wasn't just going back and forth every time he went to the right.
You took pictures?
Right
of you.
on the window.
When?
He went to the left.
Well, you were going crazy.
You were in the booth?
No.
Oh.
But I was in the booth.
With her lens.
I had no idea.
Yeah. That's how good I am.
I'd like to see those.
Mm-hmm.
She's like stealth.
Probably 1,400 of those alone.
Stealth.
You can make a flip book out of it.
Yeah, you could. That was crazy.
Jesse Bailey got his 2nd win of the year too, doing that.
When I watched him, he was like a foot away from the top of that.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, if
he
slips,
right rear
if he slips just a little bit, a couple times he was all the way to the edge.
Yeah.
All it would take just a tiny slip, but he held it.
He'd be gone, but no, he did it.
Nope. He'd have been like a bird going through the air right there.
I was so,
I was impressed.
His first race, I was impressed how he won that one. Last Saturday night, my goodness. You're not gonna. I don't know if you're gonna impress me any more than what he did. That was phenomenal. I've been talking about it since we left the racetrack. That to me is that's when it gets in the driver's hands. That was all driver that won that car.
And the fans went wild.
Didn't they?
And see, that's the part that that I love about Saturday night racing is when you look around and see the reaction that you get from those fans, and they're jumping on their feet and yelling for their favorite driver. I mean, it just doesn't get. Go look at the pictures that Nina posted of the fans this week, which some weeks she doesn't do, and those are like the best photos ever.
Yeah.
Is to see those people having such a good time.
Yeah, and the live video, it's on Moxie Meeting Promotions Facebook page.
Go back and look at it.
Go check it out. I got a little excited. That was awesome.
Yeah, fans are great there. They're great.
They are. They're just
They're
a great
really
fan
into
base.
it. Now that I have a shirt, I get talked to more. I'm not a lone wolf out there in the sea of people looking at me with a neon shirt.
And see what happens? She gets her shirt.
She's an official member of the Wolfpack now.
And she freaking gets published.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all in the shirt.
It's all in the shirt.
Nina, it's all in the shirt. Well, a little bit in the lens too, but yeah.
A little bit in the lens.
Just a little bit.
The shirt.
It's worth 2/10.
You heard People Magazine contacted me, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This is not
Congratulations.
true. No, this is not true. No. We're not going back to that chat group conversation. Things got a little out of control on the chat group conversation today.
They did. I actually did this. Now that's how they feel when I blow their phones up. Because I was like, oh my gosh, my phone keeps going. Oh, wait, I do that to them all the time. Never mind.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I'm usually the one blowing you guys up.
Mine makes a very irritating sound. I need to change it.
Yeah, here's
turn off your notifications. That's what I do.
Nuclear incoming bomb.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
You need to have your.
Sounds like something off an Animal Farm. I mean, it's just annoying as hell. Like ducks
During
and
mating
chickens fighting,
season?
and you had a bear in there.
Oh my God.
God, Dave.
I don't know what's going on in the studio tonight, man.
Yeah, listen to my listeners.
I do want to talk Budweiser Nationals because that is coming up.
I'm ready.
High car count expected for this show. I have been working on something for that show, and I'm continuing to work on it privately. I don't even think I've told you guys much about this. And this is why I don't say a lot about stuff like that, because if it doesn't happen, it didn't happen. But if I say it and it doesn't happen, well, then it's like, oh, you screwed up. What happened? What'd you do to screw that? I don't have to worry about it.
There's plenty of things that you do on the back end that nobody sees or knows about that doesn't work out. So if you announced everything that you were working on, everybody'd be on the edge of their seats, and then they'd be disappointed 75%
exactly
of
why
the time because sometimes stuff just doesn't work out.
You guys know me. When I do something, I do it. And there's no
until it's done.
Half throttle. Yeah. There's no. It's we're going to go wide open, checkers or wreckers. You know
Who else can build a racetrack in 1 month?
Well, there's 4 of us that did
sakes.
it. 5 of us, 4 or 5 of us that. I'm giving most of that credit to Dave and Don.
Yeah. Oh, Dave and Don, big time.
I had the vision. I knew what I wanted.
They made it happen.
They're very good on the tractors.
I was amazing. I was amazed with that little tractor, that little Kubota 2360 I got.
Yep.
What I could do with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
you think you were amazed?
Banking. I was just amazed, and I got the name Dirty Dave out of it because I would come in looking
you should have
so
seen
bad. I was like Pigpen on.
Yeah, absolutely.
On
Peanuts,
Charlie Brown.
Peanuts. Everywhere I walked, I just left a trail of dirt.
So, Bud Nationals. Second weekend of October. Coming up. I'm working on something there. I don't know if I'm going to get it done, but I'm working on it. It's going to be big. If it happens, it's going to be big. If it doesn't, it's still the Budweiser Nationals, and it's still one of my favorite races of the year.
I'm excited.
It's definitely my favorite. And, if any of the even drivers coming down as fans, a lot of people from Oregon come down to the Bud Nationals.
Well, and we've had cars there. Last year we had cars from Texas, Iowa. We had cars from Illinois, Nebraska. I mean, they come from all over for that show.
And we have a lot of fans that come down from Oregon.
A lot of Oregon fans. For some reason, a lot of fans travel to that show. It's a great show. It's a great show. Excited about that. You guys wanna come down for that show? It's a 2-day show. We're racing October 12th and 13th. We're leaving the 11th, coming home on the 14th. 12th and 13th, Budweiser Nationals. If you want to come down with your sport mods, your modifieds, I think that's about the only 2 divisions right now that are slated from that any Oregon drivers could run, because their hobby stocks are very different than our street stocks. They have to run a DOT tire, weight's different. I mean, there's a lot of different rules down there. So those are the only 2 divisions right now that could run at the Budweiser Nationals this year, is the sport mods and the mods. So you sport mod and mod drivers that want to come out and have a great run with some of the best drivers around, this is a great time to do it at the Budweiser Nationals in the second weekend of October. If you want to be a part of that broadcast, hit us up. We can do you a commercial. It's not expensive. You can support that broadcast, and we'll get your name out there to the racing community. And we know how the racing community is. They're loyal to racers. That's just the way it is. I mean, when you go to do business with somebody and you know somebody's in the concrete business, you're probably going to call Tony Breakall at Sureflow Concrete Company, or you're going to call whoever you know in that business that's in the race world. That's just kind of what we do.
Mm-hmm.
It pays off. It does. We've had a lot of success with the commercials we've had on here.
Moxie does get, discounts at the hotels there, and
Yep.
Denny's.
The fans that want to travel with us, you want to head down to the Bud Nationals, stay where we stay. Mention Moxie Meat Promotions at
Check-in.
We're on Airport.
Are you talking about the Holiday Inn
Holiday Inn Express on Airport.
which is a fairly new building.
This will be the 5th year in existence.
Yeah, and we stayed in it when it was brand new. It's a nice,
Very nice.
It's a nice place. You get
Breakfast is great.
a decent breakfast in the morning, and
Waffles.
But if you mention us as a fan or a race team, you're going to get a huge discount. $89 a night. And these rooms are, that's a significant discount from what they normally run. Great, Dave, you've been there. Great rooms.
Yeah, it was
Comfortable.
nice.
Yeah.
I liked it.
So lots of things going on with Moxie. If you want to be part of what we're doing, we can save you some money traveling down to the Budweiser Nationals with your hotels. Go to Denny's after the races. Mention Moxie. They're going to give you 25% off your bill. Another good
That
reason.
covers the tip.
I'm kind of excited.
there you go.
Yeah.
Travel home and
More good
hang
waffles.
It's going to be
More good
cool.
waffles.
That's
More
going to be cool.
waffles.
We don't
So-
drive, though. We fly. There is no way that driving.
I've done that a few times. Not ever going to do that again.
although
Ever.
I'm kind of a traveling snob, and I won't drive that far. It's like put me on an airplane, and I'm good to go.
Roy, I hope that you get the pro stock stuff done for the Budweiser National. I love that division. There'd be a great field of cars on that track for that event. Keep me updated on that, because if we can get that and get some of these pro stocks in our region to shoot down there and hold that, I'll do what I can to support that. I'll do what I can to get the word out for those guys, and then I'll talk with Scott. Whatever, I've got a pretty good relationship with Scott Schweitzer. Let me know how I can help get the pro stocks there. However I can help, I'll do what I can. Seriously, that's what we do. I love that division. I love that racetrack. I'd love to see them there. They put on a good show there. We've got another big one coming up here after our Cottonwood Classic, and I think this is probably going to be the. I think this is going to be really close to rivaling the Budweiser Nationals with the modified ranks. And I'm talking about the R. Charles. Last year's deal, a little bit of controversy, a lot of money on the line, $5,000 to win. You're gonna get action. If you're a race fan and you like modifieds, this is it. At least in the Pacific Northwest. Like I said, this one I think is going to start to rival the Budweiser Nationals as far as car count, quality, and you put that kind of money up. That's big time money, especially for modifieds. I'm pretty amped up about this one because I didn't know R. Charles. I've never heard a bad word about the man. To sit in his tower and announce, it's kind of weird because I didn't know him, but I still feel like there's that
Connection.
Yeah, you're in
Connected
his
to it.
house, but respect it, honor it. Announcers we've got our own little kind of clique. And I'm telling you right now, I'm pretty laid back and chill. I can pretty much work with anybody. I know announcers that when you come to their place, it's like, no, you just sit there. Very territorial.